Greetings YouTube, Chuke here, Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch Chuke almost die every hunt, guaranteed. And I'm here to do a review on the Ruger Gunsight Scout 10-round steel magazine, specifically for use in a Remington 700 with Accuracy International chassis. Now, so a question came up on a forum whether these worked in Accuracy International bottom metal, and I felt confident enough in the responses I got to go ahead and get a couple of these, but I just hadn't seen any videos that actually just demonstrated these magazines working on the Accuracy 700 chassis systems. So yeah, there was a question in a Facebook forum about whether these worked or not, and I did some research online and some other forums, and what I found is it looked pretty convincing that these do work, but that the polymer ones do not work without some fitting, grinding down of certain parts. So I went to Wild West Guns here in Anchorage and bought 2 magazines for $74.99 each, and I'm just really happy with them. You know, the Accuracy ones aren't sold here in town anywhere. You got to order them online, and sometimes I don't like to wait. These are about the same price, maybe a little bit cheaper than Accuracy International magazines, depends where you go. But I'm very happy with it. I had the stock came with a 5-round mag, which was awesome. Some chassis systems do not come with a magazine. This is probably better for hunting because you can be more maneuverable, but I really like to have 10 rounds. I found that when I'm hunting animals, sometimes I use a few shots, and I like to have 10 rounds in the magazine and then have another one full, in my pocket or in the backpack. That's just how I like to hunt. So, I will be hunting bears here in about 6 weeks, so I'm getting everything dialed in. That's why I got these magazines. I should be set with, these 3 mags. I'll get more later. But I just wanted to demonstrate the fit and function of a Ruger Gunsight Scout magazine in a Remington 700 with the 1.5 Accuracy International Systems chassis. And speaking of the Ruger Gunsight Scout, great rifle. I can't wait to get another one. I sold mine a year ago, but very impressive rifle. I took a caribou with one. But I just want to demonstrate this. Fits pretty snug. There's a little bit of wobbling around. One thing I did notice is then when you're cycling the round in with the bolt, that you got to be pretty deliberate and forceful, especially when you pull it out to really eject the shell. But that goes without saying for a lot of these systems. But I've had no problems. The rifle is on safe, so I am going to feed a couple live rounds in here just to demonstrate that this Ruger Gunsight Scout magazine, it works flawlessly. See, that's one thing I didn't like, is sometimes that happens if you're not really doing that, but it works. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out, safety check. So yeah, this was a good alternative for me. One drawback, it is very long magazine. I don't think you can top feed into it. Kind of almost a single stack round, not quite, but it is pretty long. But like I said, I like to have a 10-rounder, and so I proved to myself that the Ruger Gunsight metal mags do work in some Remington 700 AICS systems. So very happy about that, and thank you YouTube. Chuke, your friend in the field.